Hey, my business besties. It's your girl, Marilyn Smith, and I am showing you the install that I'm doing on a client of mine. Now, she does have natural hair and it is long, y'all. The reason why her hair has grown so long is because she has been committed to extensions. You hear me? When I say we put these extensions in, we remove them, we prep the hair, we condition the hair, and we put these extensions right back in. Now, every once in a blue moon, she will wear her hair out, but for the most part, she has been protecting it. So I moisturize and seal the hair before the install, which I do for every install that I do. And as I'm going in with this first braid, it is going to be small, but it's not going to be so small to where it's going to have any type of impact as far as breakage or anything, but it is going to be small enough to where it is going to be secure. And when I put these tracks on this first braid, it ain't going nowhere. You hear me? Now, as I braid the rest of the hair, the braids are not going to be as small as my anchor braids, but they're going to be small enough to where I can get all of this goodness in and have it have a very flat look. I want to make sure that all this hair lays so that when I go to put the tracks on the hair, there is no bulk and it looks as natural as humanly possible. That is my strength when I'm doing these sew-ins. You hear me, girl? So as I am choosing my braid pattern, I take into consideration how their hair is. Is their hair fine? Is their hair thick? Is their hair long? Is their hair short? All of this plays a factor in my braid down technique, and I have several techniques depending on the client's hair. One of the things that I do to every single client as well is I like to protect their natural hair. So I am going to braid her up, and even though I moisturized and sealed before the braid down, I am also going to take the Zanuvi hair oil and put this on her scalp in between each braid before I begin putting this net on. So also with every single client, unless they request otherwise, I am using a net. I am protecting these braids and protecting this natural hair because sometimes my clients have been chemically treated, they are relaxed, or they have color treated hair, and I'm not taking no chances. I don't care if your hair is thick or thin, you're getting a net from me unless you request that you do not want that net. But as you can see, the net also keeps everything nice and flat. This comes in handy, y'all, when the sew-in begins to grow out. Now I'm on the top of the head here, and I am making sure that this track is not going anywhere. So it is going to be very close stitches onto this anchor braid. And when I do an install with leave out, I always have an anchor braid. I used to do a braid pattern that did not include the anchor braid. However, I think my preference is using the anchor braid because as you can see, this track is very close to her natural leave out. There are hardly no gaps. Even if she had fine hair, this track lays so close to the natural hair that is being left out. And this is what makes the install. And when I go to blend her hair with this track hair, baby, you know it's about to look bomb. So here I am cutting the net off. I do the whole install before cutting the net off if I use this kind of net. Now I do use different types of nets, but if I use this type of net, then I am going to keep this net on for the entire time that I'm sewing the hair on, and then I go in afterwards and just cut this off and make sure that there are no pieces of the net that is seen throughout the install. So as you can see, that anchor braid that goes around the hairline, We made that small for a reason. So now when she pulls that hair back, it's going to be nice and flat, and you're not going to be able to tell when the wind blows that she has tracks in her hair. You're not going to see those tracks because nobody wants to see tracks, y'all. Nobody wants to see tracks. So as you can see, her hair is going to blend flawlessly, and it does help that her hair is thicker, and that is why we're able to leave a little more out. This way she can do a center part or she can do a side part and still have a very natural looking install. So I'm just showing you how flat the tracks are. And this is actually before we go in and we flat iron her extensions. Her hair is naturally long, so it blends amazingly. But when I tell you, I've had people who has had shorter hair and it still blends amazingly. We just do a little alteration on how much hair we leave out depending on the length of the client's natural hair. So now we're all flat ironed out. And when I say at first glance, you will not know if this is her hair or if it is extensions, because that's how good I am. That is how good I am. I'm going to give myself a hand clap. So she is very happy with this install, and she gives me a little shout out.
The newbie does it again, which is Miss Marilyn Smith. I better get y'all one of these. You know that you got that one audio. Like, what is this? A chicken salad?
Right.
I love that. Would be cracking me up. What is this?
But you know what? For some reason, why I be feeling like they don't let you save the audio.
Oh, they don't?
They used to. But now it's like you gotta save their video. Almost.
Yeah? Oh. Where does the weave starting here again? You can't tell because it's blended.
Right.